IVP Sports presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Football Game of the Week. Brought to you by Buckeye Toyota, Bay Food Market, Fairfield County Adam H., the Savings Bank, Sheridan Funeral Home, Fairfield Federal, Fairfield DD, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, the Edwards Insurance Agency, Dagger Law, The Carriage Company, Personal Touch Party Rentals, North Body Shop, Fairfield Medical Center, and Buckeye Lake Marina.
And good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Interface Video Productions High School Football Game of the Week. I'm Jared Stewart alongside Tim Shoemaker. Tonight we're at Van Schoyck Field at Berne Union High School for a Mid-State League Cardinal Division battle between the Berne Union Rockets and the Fisher Catholic Irish. Glad to have you along on what is looking like an absolutely gorgeous night for high school football. Hard to believe it's week 10.
It is. It's gone fast, Jared. Driving down, I just noticed how beautiful everything was on sunny blue skies and the leaves changing. Boy, feels like true football night.
Tonight's pregame is brought to you by Personal Touch Party Rentals. Carol and Eric Whittington would like to invite you to stop by Personal Touch Party Rentals and Events in Lancaster. They are a small family-owned business and have been servicing the Central Ohio area since 2003. They would love to help you plan your next event, weddings, special events, even corporate events, all with a personal touch. They can be reached at 740-689-6991. Let's talk about the matchup on the field, Shu. Berne Union comes in 6-3. They currently sit at number 7 in Division 6, Region 23. Could go either way. If you look at Drew Pastor's site, he's projecting them to finish 9th, which would not give them a home football game.
Right. When you're coaching, you can't really worry about it too much. You kind of got to go out on the field and do your job and let the chips fall. But predictions aren't necessarily actual numbers.
Sure.
So they got to make sure they take care of business tonight.
Yeah. The Fisher Catholic Irish coming in at 0-9, and this is a team that if they go winless, it would be the first time since 1990. But you got to keep in mind this is a team that plays primarily sophomores and freshmen.
They have, and even Coach Herbst, when speaking with him this week, he made a comment that he says, "Listen, Fisher Catholic's improved."
Yeah.
But he said with young players, there's usually a bigger gap to improve.
Yeah. So when you talk about personnel, obviously for Berne Union, everything goes through their quarterback, Nate Nemeth.
Yeah, when I got a chance also to speak to Coach Timmis, he said, you look at Berne, they run the ball 81% of the time, and Nemeth's got over 1,200 of those yards. Mm-hmm. You have got to find out some way to contain him because a lot of it isn't just designed runs. He's very creative.
For Fisher Catholic, a couple weeks ago they switched some things up. They moved Gage Armstrong from the offensive line to fullback. He was running fullback, blocking primarily for Jack Wright. It was working very well. Unfortunately, Gage went down with an injury last week against Martins Ferry, and it turns out he just found out today it's a torn ACL. That puts him out really once again behind the 8 ball. The Irish are with all the injuries.
Yeah, they've really had to shuffle a lot of people. And I asked Coach Timmis, what's one of the things that you've really been happy? He says the kids have been really resilient and able to adjust because he said out of pure necessity, they've had to put people in positions where they weren't as comfortable.
Yeah. It is a beautiful night for week number 10 in high school football in the state of Ohio, and we are at Berne Union High School. A great crowd on hand. It's senior night for the Rockets, and they honored the senior football players, band members, cross-country, cheerleaders before the game, and right now you're going to get a chance to listen to the Berne Union Golden Rocket Marching Band and our national anthem. Fantastic job by the Berne Union Golden Rocket Marching Band. You'll get a chance to hear them at halftime. They always do a fabulous job. J.D. Latore and his staff, man, they've always got those band members ready to go, and they actually they march up several classes when they go to competitions. They've been grand champion just about every week, so we'll look forward to hearing them at halftime. Tonight's Keys of the Game brought to you by North Body Shop, providing quality customer service, parts, and reliability since 1979. Owner Mark North will provide you with a free written warranty on each estimate. That's Mark North of North Body Shop. He'll treat you right. Talked a little bit about personnel. Let's get a little bit more into it. Let's start with Fisher Catholic, the visiting team. We talked about how everything revolves around the quarterback for Berne Union. For Fisher Catholic, they rely a lot on the sophomore quarterback Grant Kiefer, but really, Hyde O'Reilly has played outstanding for this Fisher Catholic football team on offense and defense.
He has. He's had a great season. I know Coach Timmis just said he's such an impact player on both sides of the ball. He's now a linebacker on defense. He's that impactful. So he's had a great year. Kiefer's improved a lot as a sophomore. He's gotten a lot better. You know, the thing I know that Luke would like to do is shorten the game a little bit to give Berne less opportunities. Yeah. But that's hard to do unless you can run the ball, and that starts up front, and they've got to be better than they have been. That's just been such a growing area for them. Yeah. And if you can't, win the point of attack, Jared, it's just hard.
Let's talk about Berne Union. We obviously talked about Nemeth. What did Coach Herbst tell you about the rest of their personnel?
Well, the thing that Coach Herbst wanted to talk about, other than just obviously he really loves Nate and him, but he said our depth is actually pretty good. But he said our depth is young, and he said they've been inconsistent. Mm-hmm. And that's typical in any sport. When you're young, they're good players, but they're just not quite as consistent. And the thing with his defense, he has two sophomore linebackers in Cutright and Homan, and he just felt like they've really come around and their defense is getting better. They had a couple bumps weeks 7 and 8 there. And they lost to Worthing Christian, who's a very good football team. You've seen them. Yeah. And they lost to Calvert. They went clear up to Tiffin to play Calvert. And like he said, he goes, what they did was they made us one-dimensional, and they've only completed 35% of their passes. And he just felt like, not knocking any kids or any players, he said they just got to do a better job of pitch and catch. Yeah, as far as the passing game.
And that's really not Berne Union to be 35% through the air. That's primarily been their offense since Nate Nemeth was a freshman. They've kind of changed that around. It looked like maybe through about week 2, they decided, hey, we're going to just direct snap it, let him make the read. If he sees somebody open, throw it. If not, run it. He's done a great job with his feet.
Well, he averages 7.5 yards a carry. He's just dynamic athlete. And that's what Luke said. He goes, if we can somehow minimize his big plays and make them throw the ball, we might just hang right in there with them.
Let's go back to Fisher Catholic and talk about a couple positions that don't get a lot of mention, and that is their kicker and their punter. J.J. Vio, senior kicker, has done a fabulous job of his career kicking for Fisher Catholic. He's perfect on the year with extra points as well as field goals. He's only had 2 opportunities. And then their punter, Jake Kruner, first year ever punting, and he's had to punt with some pressure, with some bad snaps, and he's really gotten off some good ones. It's you don't ever want one of your most valuable players to be your punter, but he really has been a weapon for them.
No, and you know what? Even in such a season where you say, well, they haven't won a game, there's always going to be positives and things that they've done well. Yeah. It's just trying to be consistent, and you got to try to win in all phases. And if you can't win at all phases, it just makes it very difficult.
Right. Military night here at Berne Union High School. You see the Rockets bursting through the tarp there, and they've got the military flags. Before the game tonight, they recognized any current and former military personnel, and a lot of them on hand tonight. Great crowd here at Berne Union High School, and we're going to be having some special shots throughout the night. Nice couple new buildings going in to our left, and some exciting times down here in Sugar Grove.
Well, I was going to, if I got here early enough, I was going to ask A.D. Danny about how the construction's going, but we'll see if we get an opportunity to speak to somebody. I'm just curious about, when do they project it done, and and exactly what's going on.
Got a lot of other games going on around the area tonight that we're going to be keeping an eye on. In the Mid-State League Cardinal, Fairfield Christian at 4-5, taking on Millersport 0-8. Mid-State League Buckeye, Amanda Clear Creek at Fairfield Union. Circleville at Liberty Union. Hamilton Township at Bloom Carroll. That's going to be a good one. 6-2 Hamilton Township, 8-1 Bloom Carroll. In the OCC Capital, Newark and Lancaster playing for the spot in the playoffs. Pickerington Central is at Reynoldsburg. And some other notable games, Gahanna and Pick North. That's going to be a good one. 8-1 Gahanna, Pick North at 6-3. And one that I know that you're, it's near and dear to your heart, New Lex, 8-1 at Sheridan, who's 8-1.
Yeah, I wanted to ask Bob if we could leave in the third quarter to go check it out for a little bit, but I don't think he wasn't all for that.
Buckeye Valley is at Harvest Prep tonight. It's Miller at Rosecrans again. That's a game where the winner going to get into the playoffs.
Yeah.
And Westland at Grove City. We're going to keep an eye on that one because if Westland wins, Lancaster would be out of the playoffs regardless if they win tonight against Newark.
Well, the thing is, people go, oh, why would you want to make the play? Hey, I tell you what, no matter what, if you can get in the playoffs, and especially if you have a young team, that's another week of practice, more learning, more reps, you'll take it every time.
Tonight's kickoff is brought to you by Sheridan Funeral Home. Sheridan Funeral Home is proud to be supporting high school football. They've been serving the communities of Lancaster and Fairfield County for over 100 years. It looks like it'll be Fisher Catholic to kick off, and I'm not sure what the now I notice the scoreboard has gone off.
Yep, somebody pulled the plug next door.
It is there's no clock, no scores. So Danny Snively trying to work his magic over there to get that fired back up here on week number 10 of the high school football season. And Shu, let's get back into talking about these teams. If Berne Union, if the playoffs were to start tonight, like I said earlier, they would be a number 7 seed. There's a website here in Ohio, Drew Pastor's Fabulous 50 or Fantastic 50. He does projections of every game as well as the playoffs. He has them projected at number 9, which that would be a tough game. They would go to Shenandoah, who's 6-4. They project to be 6-4.
Yeah, Coach Herbst and I talked about it. I said, okay, Coach, you moved from Division 7 up to Division 6. And I said, when I look at the region, and I'm certainly no expert, I said, it looks tough. He goes, there's not, he said, every game is tough in that region.
Yeah.
And I said, I agree with you. I look at the opponents on the Division 6 there. Fort Fry can beat anybody for sure at the top. And Nelsonville's had a great year after struggling early.
And Berne already played Coalgrove, Dawson Bryant Coalgrove earlier this year.
He said they came in here and popped them hard
first
early
week of the season.
Yeah,
Worthington Christian as well is in there.
Yes. I mean,
who's going to end up winning the Cardinal if they win tonight?
I think all the way down, there's just quality opponents, and that's just the difference in the depth of the region.
We'll get into talking more about playoffs, and I really want to get your thoughts on the expansion of the playoffs to 16 teams. We'll have a chance to talk about playoffs throughout the night and look at who in our area has a chance to get into those playoffs. But right now it's time to tee it up and play some football here at Berne Union Van Schoyck Field.
What was it Jim Morris said? Playoffs.
Yeah, that's right. So it will be the Irish kicking off. J.J. Vio, the senior, set to tee it up. Back deep for the Rockets is Nate Nemeth. And also back there is Luke Schaefer.
Yeah, Luke's the senior running back also.
Going to do a little squib kick, try to keep it away from Nemeth, and it goes to Schaefer. Schaefer somehow gets through there up to the 40. Just one man to beat, and that's the kicker. Vio chasing him down, and will do a nice job of bringing him down, but what a return for Berne Union.
Set him up immediately.
Unfortunately for the Irish, that's something that they have not done a very good job of all year. They've had a couple of returns for a touchdown on the opening kickoff.
At some point, you have to ponder. Do you just kick the thing out of bounds?
That's
so
the
you can
thing.
set your defense?
JJ has the leg to kick it to the end zone. But he's been, several times told, just let's try to squib it, keep it out of certain people's hands. And that time Schaefer did a great job on the return. Here come the Rockets. Nemeth out of the shotgun, keeps it himself, gets a pancake block out on the left side. Nemeth just dancing his way through there, comes all the way back to the other side of the field. Ben Boyden chasing him now, and He will be knocked down. Did he get to the end zone?
I don't think so. Yes.
I guess he did. A late signal of touchdown there.
Looked like he was playing in his backyard.
Yeah. Came to the left, danced all the way back to the right, and then just outran everybody. Extra point will be Nico Otero. It'll be out of the hold of Namath.
It's his 19th touchdown, Jared.
Kick is up, and it is good.
Otero's extra point is good.
So a quick 7 points for the Rockets puts them up early here against the Fisher Catholic Irish. Not the start that Coach Timmis was looking for.
Not at all.
Watch this run here.
I know, pretty amazing, really.
That's maybe a hold right there, but a good pancake at the end. He just came all the way back to the other side of the field. See here.
Yeah, I couldn't tell. I thought he was out maybe before. We can't see the pylon, as you can't either in the replay.
Right. So we will get a look at the Irish after the kickoff from Berne Union. I'm sure that Coach Timmis, you obviously early in the game, you're frustrated, you're upset, but he also wants to kind of calm them down and remind them that it's a long game. There's a lot of football to play, and we have another stoppage.
I don't know, that music vibrating, Jared. I feel like I'm at a concert, though.
There's an official talking to somebody down at the goal line. I don't know. They keep looking at the scoreboard. I don't know if they're having issues again. Maybe he's just kind of telling him, hey, we'll keep the time on the clock in case it goes out.
Well, I think they always do that anyway.
Yeah.
Set to kick off for Berne Union, Nico Otero.
I think that's Danny Snively down there that was talking to the official. AD here at Berne Union always gets us set up and very hospitable. Nice spread of food behind us. So it will be Otero to kick it off. Going to try the short little onside kick. Hyde O'Reilly catches it. Why'd they blow it dead?
I don't know. He didn't fair catch it.
No. And he broke out of that.
Northrop on the stop for the Rockets.
That's interesting.
Ball is placed at the 42-yard
I didn't see a hand.
I didn't see.
I don't know if we have a replay, but I don't think that he. Although I will say, after he caught it, he did kind of stop.
Yeah,
So
but
maybe
that
let's
doesn't
see.
mean the play's dead.
Let's see if we see anything. That's. Yeah, I mean, he kept, and then you saw him put his hands up, like, why was he stopping? Interesting.
Huh.
So the Irish will have good field position, 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line. Kiefer out of the shotgun with Jack Wright to his right. Kiefer back to pass. Over to the far side, just overthrows Hyde O'Reilly, who was wide open.
Kiefer's pass intended for O'Reilly.
We've seen Hyde O'Reilly make some just tremendous catches this year on balls that were similar to that. Balls that he's had to lay out for. He's really come into his own this year as a football player. Last year, he had a good year as a freshman, but he was a little timid. And this year, it's a different football player when you watch Hyde O'Reilly. So they will keep the clock on the field. 2nd down. Kiefer being chased. Fires one back across the middle. Hyde O'Reilly, there's one of those catches we talked about. No, they're going to say it's incomplete.
Yeah, the ball came loose.
Okay.
Ball's incomplete on the coverage for the Rockets. Luke Schaefer.
So 3rd down and 10 for the Irish.
3rd down 10.
So, Shu, do things change when you give up a quick touchdown? I mean, I would think that you'd still want to run. Your best defense at this point is going to be your offense, keeping the Berne Union offense off the field.
Well, you got to play, whatever your plan is. I'm not, think it's very good to second guess play calling, but I would think you would want to shorten the game as much, even if you throw it short.
Yeah.
Like passes that are actually runs.
Right.
I don't mind taking a test on that first one. Like that
this one
right
here,
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Jack Wright, wow, what a run by Jack Wright after the catch.
Yeah.
And he's got the first down.
That's no different than a running play.
Just ran right over top of a defender to get the first down up across the 45 to the Berne Union 44. Just to remind our viewers, we will not have a clock on your screen because the clock is not working on the scoreboard, and which will also make it difficult for us as well. We're going to try to hear if the officials yell it out. Trying to get it fixed by the second quarter, so that'll be nice. So Kiefer, again, a screen pass to Jack Wright, right around the left side. Jack Wright with some running room across the 30 and down inside the 30 to the 25. A good run after catch by Jack Wright, 2 plays in a row.
Again, if you want to maintain the clock and get a drive, if you you're going to make them adjust. They're going to have to come up and play much tighter defensively. Right. Otherwise, you just keep throwing those passes.
Absolutely.
They're the same as a run.
Jack Wright, a junior, tough runner. 6 foot, 203 pounds. Lined up now behind Kiefer, who's under center. Wright takes a handoff, breaks 1 tackle. And they'll take 6-7 yards on first down all day long.
Yep.
Right on the carry for the Irish. Hayden Hickson on the tackle.
Brings up a second and about 4.
You know, when I asked Coach Herbst about, what are some of the areas where you'd like to improve, and he just said flat out, physicality. We have got to get more consistent at the varsity level. And again, not to say that younger players aren't. They're just not used to it play after play.
Right.
It's different.
Kiefer back to pass, lofts one down to the end zone. Hyde O'Reilly's down there. Good defense. He couldn't haul it in. He jumped up to try to get it, and it just went off of his hands. Brings up a 3rd down and 4.
Randolph on the coverage for the Rockets. Brings up 3rd down and 5.
Defense, go! Defense, get ready to go! Defense, go! Defense, get ready to go!
Yeah, 2 down territory here.
Kiefer. Long snap count, gives it off to Wright. Wright is met behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, see, I don't know, with the trouble they've had with, injuries and the adjustments up front they've had to make, whether that's just a good idea. I'm not second guessing what they're doing. I'm just saying it might be an easier way, like what we saw with the short passes and the flats and things, or quick tosses even. Just get them the ball, get the back the ball quickly.
J.J. Vio will trot out to attempt the field goal. He is 2 for 2 on the year on field goals.
It's like 42 yards.
Yeah, and this is in his range. He's hit 42 before. This summer actually was invited to a kicking.
Got away from me.
A kicking camp at University of Wisconsin, and actually was invited to stick around. He was one of the top kickers there, so pretty impressive. He had a great time out at Wisconsin, so we'll see what he can do here from 42 yards out of the hold of Grant Kiefer. That one's going to be short. Just didn't get the leg on it.
Nope.
So a pretty good drive stalls out for the Irish down around the 35 or 25-yard line of Berne Union. That's where the Rockets will go on offense at their own 25. Again, reminding you, we do not have the clock on the screen. We'll get that back up. Hopefully they're planning to get the clock on the scoreboard working and fixed by the second quarter. So there it is. It's stuck on 12, but by the second quarter, we're told it will be working again. 7-0 Rockets here. We'll say probably midway through the first quarter. 2 receivers split out to this side. Nemeth will have Schaefer standing beside him to his right. Nemeth will fake the handoff, keep it himself, and be brought down by Hyde O'Reilly, who trips him up at about the 28, 29-yard line.
I mean, it's just single back or no back, and just it's like wildcat.
Right. They're going to go hurry up here. 2nd and 1. Nemeth back to pass. He's got a man wide open over the middle of the field and completes it to the 45-yard line. First down. There was nobody within 10 yards of him.
Funny thing,
Austin Snyder on the
Talking about
reception.
Austin Snyder this week, because they had a tremendous tight end last year. I can't recall his name off the top of my head right now. But he said, you know, Coach Herb said he's not the fastest guy on our team, but he's effective and he catches the ball. And, you know, sometimes that's is all you have to do is catch it.
Nemeth again, back to pass. There was a hold, and there comes the flag. Pass is overthrown. The intended receiver was Zach Cox, but this one's going to be coming back. There was a rush coming in on Nemeth.
You got an ineligible? Luke. And number 50.
So it wasn't a hold. It was an
Ineligible
ineligible man
downfield.
downfield.
5-yard penalty. Repeat the down.
So back them up 5. It'll be 1st and 15 from the 40.
That's an ineligible player downfield on the Rockets. The 5-yard penalty ball will be placed at the 40.
That was referee Bain Sylvia. The umpire is Shane Broadus. The head linesman Dylan Hale. The line judge is Lou Bennett. The back judge is Jason Stout. And the center judge tonight is Tom McNerlin.
1st and 15 for the Rockets. Nemeth stands at the 35 where he'll take the snap. And he's just going to tuck it in and run himself. Nemeth across the 50. Still going across the 40. I don't think anybody's going to catch him. He's got one man to beat. That's Grant Kiefer. And Nemeth goes into the end zone for the touchdown.
I mean, he just makes it look so easy.
Yeah.
You know, he makes one little fake and it's just, you know, I mean, you sit here and you go, okay. And he just goes, you know, from one end to the other.
Yeah.
Pretty simple.
13-0 Berne Union. On to kick the extra point will be Nico Otero, the sophomore.
Set to kick the extra point for Berne Union, Nico Otero.
At this rate, he's going to end up with 250 yards rushing, you know.
And he's done that this year.
Yeah.
He's gone over 200 yards several times.
Well, he has, you know, 1,200 for the season.
Yeah.
So
Otero's extra point is good.
Extra point by Otero is good. Makes it 14-0 Berne Union. We are about midway or 3/4 of the way through the first quarter. Again, the clock inoperable right now. Going to get that working hopefully by the second quarter. The officials keeping the clock down on the field. Hey, we want to welcome a new sponsor tonight. Cryo Communications is a proud sponsor of this broadcast and proud supporter of the Berne Union Rockets. For more than a decade, Cryo Communications has been harnessing creativity and communication to connect our community. Learn more at cryocommunications.com. And Cryo Communications says, go Rockets. I want to say hello to Angela Cryle, and I believe she's got some family members watching the game tonight. So hello to you, and thanks for jumping on board with us for this final game of the regular season. First half scoreboard sponsor is Buckeye Toyota. Buckeye Toyota would like to wish all of the local athletes best of luck this season. Buckeye Toyota is your hometown dealer that's here to help. Visit us online at mybuckeyetoyota.com. I know I stole that one from you, Shu, but
I wanted to make sure.
Your voice is straining. So.
That's all right. I just wanted to make sure.
Set deep on return for the Irish. Kiefer and
I want to make sure your voice holds down for the rest of the game.
Okay.
Kickoff for the Rockets.
There's Angela Cryle right there, in the right in the middle of the screen there in the coat. She's got some folks she's watching in the band. I believe that her sons, right? Which excellent band down here at Berne Union.
Some people feeling a little nervous. They're on camera.
Otero's kick this time goes deep, and it takes a bounce, and Grant Kiefer are going to fall on it at the 12-yard line.
Kiefer on the reception on the kickoff.
Boy, that gives them
Picks the ball up at the 11-yard
not good
line.
field position here.
Irish will take over. First down and 10, Fisher Catholic.
Just not sure if he was aware that he still had plenty of time. He could have picked it up and ran.
Yeah, I don't know. He did the safe thing to make sure.
Yeah, his back was to the defenders
True.
in his defense as he was running to the football, so just fell on it. 4 plays, 80 yards. We have no idea how much time it took, but it was a 60-yard touchdown run by Nate Nemeth. It didn't take much time.
No, it was pretty much a straight shot through the defense that time.
First and 10 Irish. Kiefer out of the shotgun with Jack Wright standing to his right. 2 receivers split out to the left. Kiefer will hand it to Wright, going right up the middle, and just not a whole lot there. maybe a yard, if any.
Cody Holman on the initial contact for the
And
Rockets.
no gain, 2nd down and 10.
Right on the carry. No gain on the play, brings up 2nd down.
O'Reilly splits out to the far side. Wright switches sides. And Kiefer's got pressure. He gets the pass away and overthrows O'Reilly, who had stopped his route.
Well, I think he noticed he had one-on-one coverage out there, and you know, I would agree with that also. Let's, you know, read the defense, and if it's one-on-one coverage, let's go toward Hyde.
Yep. 3rd down and 10 here for Fisher Catholic. Rockets lead at 14-0 here in the final regular season game of 2022 season. Kiefer pitches it out to Wright, who was hit as he was pitching it, and the ball's loose.
Ashton on the initial contact for the Rockets.
And they're going to have to sort the scrum out. I
I
do
think
believe the
Fisher was
Irish got
covering
it.
it, yeah.
With a penalty flag
No,
on the
one
field.
official saying,
Correction, that's a recovery by the Rockets.
so we had one official signaling
Yeah.
4th down and one official signaling Berne Union had it. And
Right.
it's going to be Rocket football.
Ball will be placed at the
Kind of a
10-yard
strange-looking
line.
pitch as he pitched it out there.
Yeah, I mean,
And Wright was
whatever.
actually
He had
hit.
no chance.
No.
Really. An issues. You're over there.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Rockets at the Irish 10-yard line. Let's see the replay here. Yeah, he was hit as he was trying to receive the pitch.
Yeah, who was that?
50, is that 50 or 56? It's 50. For the Rockets, that's James Ashton.
Well, James is a really had a really good year.
Carry for the Rockets.
Schaefer runs it in for the touchdown.
Touchdown.
And a flag comes in late. That's going to be a
Yeah.
late hit on Berne Union.
Penalty flag on the field.
Unsportsmanlike.
We got a personal foul against 53. Blind side.
Oh,
He
blindside block.
behind him. So we're going to go from there. Yes.
So wave off the touchdown. They called it a blindside block. It was a nice play that they ran.
Yeah.
It was
53.
everybody went to the right, handed off, and
Yes.
Schaefer went to the left. And I mean, he ran in, nobody
Yeah.
near him.
You know, I think it was a couple weeks ago when we did a game and you were not able to do that game. We talked about the 6 referees, and that's what they want to clean up with that 6 man in the backfield, because what they do is they're going to get all the weak side stuff, and people go, oh, it doesn't have anything to do with the play. Well, if it's kind of a hard, you know, not required,
Right.
flattening somebody out, they're going to call that now. That's what they want that 6th guy to do, is call the backside.
Rockets taking a while to get the play in here. 1st down and goal.
Yeah, they haven't
the
had
20.
much resistance, that's for sure.
No, they have not. 1st and goal from the 20. Nemeth will hand it off to Schaefer, going right side. Schaefer will run it in for the touchdown.
For the Rockets. His carry's good enough for a Berne Union touchdown.
That was the exact same play, only to the other side, to the right side.
Give them credit, their offensive line's getting it done.
Yes, they are. They've got some size up there, too. If you look across that offensive line, Cade Ballinger is 6'3", 360. You've got Caddis Moody, who's 6'3", 310. I mean, those guys are, that's a lot to deal with. Meanwhile, Fisher Catholic's line is very small.
Yeah, you know, I know Coach Herbst, he said they've got 2 or 3 guys that have been really consistent.
Extra point is good. Makes it 21-0. Berne Union here in the 1st quarter.
But he said to be really good, we got to get all 5 of them being consistent. And, you know, right now, they're not having, like I said, you can see here, just not much resistance at all.
Good block there by James Ashton.
Well, Ashton, he raved and he talked a lot about James. He said he plays, he's their leading tackler, linebacker. He plays left tackle on offense. And he said he requires the rest of the linemen to work up there. And that's great to hear when you have a leader like that.
Had a good look at that replay there.
Yeah, we've seen quite a few, and tonight's replays are brought to you by Dagger Law.
Look down on the Berne Union sideline. Sporting some new helmets this year. I like that white helmet with the rocket on the side. They have had BU on the side for a while on the yellow helmets, and this year they've got white with the rocket on one side and their jersey number on the other. Looking pretty sharp. I'm just glad they got rid of the gray jerseys for us.
Ooh, those were hard.
It's a lot easier to see the yellow number on the maroon jersey.
Yeah, it is. Those were hard.
Yeah, they were.
But you can see there, that's a good visual. Are those black masks or are they maroon? I think.
Maybe is it a dark maroon? Or
I
is it
think.
black?
I can't quite tell.
It might be black.
I don't know. It looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. So the Rockets lead at 21-0 here late in the first quarter. Irish will get the ball back. Kick right down to the near side to Jack Wright. And Wright gets up, still on his feet, to the 30-yard line, and a flag comes flying in late.
Right on the return. Brought down by a barrage of Rockets. Ball's placed at the 30-yard line.
We'll get the call from the official.
Personal foul, face mask.
Personal foul.
Against Berne Union.
Rockets face mask.
What was the number? Number 9.
Where was the end of the run?
Is that the second or third
Yeah.
personal foul
We're gonna go
we've seen called? That's
15
something Coach
yards
Herbst will not be
this
happy
way.
about as they head into the playoffs.
Yeah, that's an area you don't want to happen.
15.
So they called the personal foul on the Rockets. So
I will say sometimes face masks are very, very incidental, and when you're reaching and tackling, there's a lot of people. I mean, it's.
So that moves the Irish all the way up to the 45-yard line, their own 45, trailing 21-0 here late in the first quarter.
Well, they had a good first drive, and since then, really
Yeah.
not done a whole lot. See if they can get back.
Got Bennett down to the near side as the receiver. Out to the far side is Kyle Cormier and Hyde O'Reilly, with Jack Wright standing to the right of Grant Kiefer. Kiefer looking to pass, has pressure, and intended for Ben Boyden. It's too low.
Yeah, he just missed that one.
Ball's incomplete.
He had enough time.
Brings up second down.
Second and 10.
Irish.
Kiefer goes all the way over to the sideline to get the play from Coach Bolin. This time Cormier switches sides to the right side. Second and 10 for the Irish. Clock stopped here late in the first quarter. Rockets leading 21-0. Kiefer pressured and sacked. Look who led the way there, number 50, James Ashton.
James Ashton on the sack for the Rockets.
How many times have we already called his name tonight?
Well, like I told you,
Ball's placed at the
Coach Herbst said he's really an impact player, coming from his linebacker spot, Jared.
for the Irish.
Also in there, let's see, 32 made the initial hit. That's Cody Homan.
Yes, Cody's one of those sophomore linebackers that have had a nice season. He and Luke Cutright, both sophomores.
So third down and 19 for Fisher Catholic. Kiefer looking to pass, pressured again. And it was intended for Boyden, overthrew him. Did Hyde O'Reilly call it in? No, they'll say it's incomplete.
I couldn't tell.
Our window here is a little bit smudged.
Brings up fourth down and long for the Irish.
So 4th down and 19. That'll bring out Jake Kruner to punt for Fisher Catholic.
Set deep and punt formation return for the
Nemeth
Rockets.
back deep
Nate
for
Nemeth.
Berne Union. My guess is they will try to angle this to one of the sidelines.
Well, they haven't been able to catch Nate all night, so, I mean, no need giving him another opportunity.
For the Irish, Jake Kruger.
Good snap. Kruner, spiraling punt, backs Nemeth up. He'll let it bounce at the 25 and takes a Fisher Catholic roll down inside the 20 to about the 16-yard line. Good punt by Jake Kruner.
Really?
Ball's down at the 15-yard line.
To 50-yard.
Takes over, first
Nice
down,
punt.
10,
That's real nice.
15.
And most importantly, it backed Nemeth up so much he wasn't able to catch it on the fly and run with it. So that's a victory right there for the Irish. First and 10 Rockets at their own 15-yard line is where they've got the ball spotted late in the first quarter. Rockets lead at 21-0. Clock is not operable right now on the scoreboard. That's why we don't have it on our screen. But we're hoping by the second quarter it will be up and running so everybody can see how much time is left. Colton Woodyard splits out far to this near side. Zach Cox goes in motion. Nemeth scrambling, looking to pass, fires one down. Wide open is Cox. What a catch at the 42-yard line.
Got that right foot down.
The 5'9", 145-pound sophomore, Zach Cox, he went in motion, ran a nice route, nobody near him, and made a great catch on the sideline. Watch this.
Ball's placed at the 42-yard line. That's a first down 10, Berne Union.
It's one of the areas Coach Herbst mentioned they have to really get better at is catching the football.
Nemeth on the run, and will be brought down at about the 50 by Hyde O'Reilly.
Hyde O'Reilly on the tackle.
It's a gain of 8.
Gain puts the ball to the 49-yard line. Second down, Rockets.
It's one of his shorter runs this evening.
Taking their time getting the play in. Second down and 8. Ball spotted right at the 50. Rockets lead at 21-0. Handoff, and Simon Messerly meets him in the backfield. A good tackle by Simon. The run by Nate Homan, and it's no gain. This is the first third down, I believe, that Berne Union has faced all night.
Yeah, I think you're correct.
There's Simon. He has had limited playing time this year. He's been injured. He was injured at the beginning of the year, came back for about a half of one game, got injured again, and this is his first game back. So if he makes it through this entire game, I believe it'll be the first game he's played, the first full game that he's played all year. Just has
wow.
Been, yeah, he you know, his freshman year he got injured. Poor guy, he's a tough player, but just has had a lot of injuries he's had to battle. On third down and 2, Nemeth pitches it out to Homan again, and Homan going to be stopped, and he fumbled the football as he was trying to stretch it forward. They'll say is down, but it's going to bring up a fourth down for Berne Union, trying to see who made the tackle. I guess it was Hyde O'Reilly on the initial hit.
That's been a very good defensive series for the Irish.
So 4th down and 4 for Berne Union at their own 48-yard line. They're going to go for it.
Yes.
It'll be Nemeth with Homan behind him. Nemeth will keep it himself. He's got the first down and more, and he's going to have a touchdown. Just outruns everybody. Ran right up the middle and was not touched.
No, they got it blocked, and once he gets through, just becomes a foot race.
Yep. And we are still in the first quarter. 27-0 Berne Union with the extra point to come. from Nico Otero.
This could be the game that might never end, you know.
Yeah, you're right.
We're still in the first quarter.
Who knows how much time? Oh, did we forget to tell you it's the third quarter? Otero's kick is up, and it's good. 28-0, Berne Union here late in the first quarter. Checking some scores from other games. We mentioned that there's some notable games we're going to be checking and not keeping an eye on. Gahanna-Lincoln leads Pickerington North 17-0 in the second quarter.
Ooh.
Pickerington Central over Reynoldsburg 7-0 in the first quarter. As you see a replay of that 52-yard touchdown run from Nate Nemeth.
Just a foot race.
Shu, the game that you are particularly concerned about and then
Interested.
Yeah, interested in is what I should say. New Lex leads Sheridan 6-3 in the second quarter.
Wow.
Grove City leads Westland 13-0 in the second quarter. No score, Miller and Rosecrans in the first quarter. Harvest Prep leads Buckeye Valley 6-0. It's Circleville over Liberty Union 6-0. No score reported yet for Fairfield Christian and Millersport, as well as Hamilton Township and Bloom Carroll. In Lancaster, the Golden Gales lead Newark 14-0 in the second quarter. Fairfield Union over Amanda 13-0 in the first quarter. Keep an eye on those throughout the night. And apparently that's the end of the first quarter.
I guess so.
8 plays, 85 yards, 52-yard touchdown run for Nate Nemeth. That was the first third down and fourth down that they faced. They went for it on fourth down and 4, and they got 52 out of it.
No, actually, like I said, Fisher had a decent defensive series there. Played some plays well and did thing, but you know when they block up front for him and he gets a gap, it's Katie bar the door because he's going to go.
Ida Riley and Jack Wright back deep for the Irish. Otero to kick it away. It's going to be a high kick. And Bobby Bennett catches it, and then it's just absolutely blasted. And that's going to be another personal foul on Berne Union, the third of the night.
Well, I think it's because of how high he hit him.
Yeah.
Not because of the violent collision, but you can't hit people above the shoulders.
Right.
Dead ball, personal foul against Berne Union, 15 yards.
So move him up 15 yards.
Okay, I'll wait for you.
Glad to see Bobby Bennett jump up. He's actually, this year, he's already had one concussion. He had to be taken off in an ambulance earlier this year in a game. He took a violent hit against Grove City Christian. This one he popped right back up, which is good to see. Bennett is a heck of an athlete, freshman for the Irish. Coach Timmis was having a conversation over on the far side with one of the officials. Meanwhile, Berne Union's coach is having a conversation on this side.
Yeah, it's really fun to be a sideline official.
Yeah, no kidding.
No thanks.
And then they get to run up and down the side and hope that there's nobody blocking their way.
Yep.
You know, we all get annoyed with those sideline warnings, but that's why. I mean, the officials,
absolutely.
They're watching the field as they're running sideways, and if somebody's in their way.
It's a safety hazard.
Yeah, absolutely.
It sure is.
So 1st and 10 for the Irish in Berne Union territory at the 43-yard line. Kiefer being pressured and throws it away.
Ashton again. Yep.
Kiefer gets up a little gimpy there, and Ashton, man, he's having a heck of a game defensively tonight. And even offensively, we've seen him making some good blocks.
Well, you know, he's a 6 foot, 205-pound senior. He can run strong, and you can see he's aggressive. He stands out. 2nd
and 10 for Fisher Catholic. Clock is now working. 11:54 to play in the first half. Berne Union leads at 28-0. In a game that they've had circled on their calendar since before the season started. Actually made a hype video that was revolving around week 10 in Fisher Catholic. Kiefer again is sacked, and he fumbled the football, and it was recovered. Is that O'Reilly that jumped on? No, that's one of the offensive linemen. That's actually Patrick Junge, who's a exchange student from Germany.
There's a fumble on the play.
Who's actually, ironically, staying with the Kiefers. Oh, so he just recovered Grant's fumble.
Well, then he'll get a good dinner.
So 3rd down and about 18 for the Irish.
Yeah, Grant's limping.
And we've got a whistle. Oh, the officials wanting the clock to wind.
Well, we actually have one.
Yeah, that's true.
You know.
Kiefer looking to pass, again has pressure, and again will be sacked. 3 plays in a row. Kiefer has no time to pass it.
James Ashton on the sack for the Rockets.
I don't think, Shu, have they thrown the screen pass to Jack Wright since the first drive of the game?
We haven't gotten the ball to him at all.
39-yard line brings up 4th down.
The line, you know, the line has its deficiencies, and they're having their difficulties.
Yeah.
You know, I'm certainly no play caller. I don't want to claim I know anything about calling plays in a football game, but somehow you got to stay away from that middle area.
Right. 4th and 26 for Fisher Catholic. Crooner to punt it. Angles it to the near side over here. Will bounce at the 30. Nimith dangerously picks it up with Bobby Bennett right there at him, and he steps out of bounds at about the 30. No, looks like 29.
Run out of bounds at the 29-yard line.
Got to be very confident in your hand skills to do something like that. That was.
Well, you know, and the players understand. I mean, they know they're ahead 28-0. They're not going to lose the game.
Right.
You know, they know what's going on. The problem is in week 11, it's not going to be like that. So you have to, and that's hard to get that across to players sometimes. Boulder, I mean, you coach, you know, understand. It's not about just that moment. It's about consistency all the time.
So the Rockets will have 1st and 10, leading 28-0 with 10:38 to play in the first half. Splitting out wide to the left side is Colton Woodard. To the left side is Nate Homan. To the left of Nate Nemeth. Handoff. That's number 18 taking it. That's Scott Persinger. And he's got a 1st down run.
Simon Messerly on the tackle.
I would love to see their yards per play. They had the one drive, last drive, where they went 4 downs, but man,
no,
they're chewing up yards every single play.
No, you know, I mean, just, you know, it's quite simple. There's just not a lot of resistance.
This time, Nemeth tackled at the line of scrimmage, and good sportsmanship from Hyde. He helps Nemeth up off the ground. So 2nd and 10 for Berne Union as the clock rolls down to 10 minutes to play in the first half. Coming up at halftime, we'll get a look at the Berne Union Golden Rocket Marching Band, which we'll tell you about later on. Homan on the carry this time. Will pick up a couple. He's tackled by O'Reilly and Boyden. Bring up a 3rd down and about 8.
He dinged his ankle or his knee.
Yeah, he's got up limping. Hey, everyone, want to remind you that you can find live and past games on our YouTube channel. Just search for CLN, your hometown connection, on YouTube to find games and other local programming. While you're there, make sure to click subscribe so you won't miss any of the action. And also, if you're on Facebook and Twitter, you can check us out there, too, on those social media platforms. Just search for Interphase Video Productions. There you go. There you can see what to search for. CLN, your hometown connection. Nemeth back to pass. He has pressure. Caden Delabar, the freshman, chasing him. This pass from Nemeth, wobbly, but to a wide open receiver at the 30-yard line. He's going to walk in easily. That is Persinger on the touchdown reception. Not a soul around him.
Set to kick the extra point for the Rockets, Nico Otero.
Otero coming on to kick the extra point. He's done a good job all night tonight. Be out of the hold of Nimith. That's a beautiful shot right there on your screen with the fall leaves on the trees in the background. Bad snap. Nimith going to keep it. Looking, and threw it behind his intended receiver. So they miss on the extra point attempt there. Makes it 34-0 with 8:43 to play in the first half. See if there's any score updates on games we've been watching. Gahanna Lincoln now leads Pick North 24-0. Not even at halftime yet.
Wow.
Lincoln's Gahanna having a good season.
They are, and you know, North's kind of been up and down, to be honest with you.
New Lex now up on Sheridan 14-3.
Interesting because, you know, we did the New Lex Panthers the first week out at Fairfield Union, and, you know, I got to talk to Coach Board and everything, and, you know, he was quite frank at New Lex saying that, you know, for the most part, we did not take advantage of the games. We had opportunities the year before, and that was our goal this year. And I tell you, they're rock solid.
There's the drive summary. 3 plays, 71 yards, a 56-yard touchdown pass from Nate Nimith to Scott Persinger. Other games of note, Harvest Prep leads Buckeye Valley 14-6 in the first quarter. It's Grove City over Westland 21-0 in the second quarter. No score, Rosecrans and Miller. Pickerington Central leads Reynoldsburg 14-0. It's Circleville over Liberty Union 6-3. No score, Fairfield Christian and Millersport, at least that we have reported. Lancaster leads Newark 14-0. Bloom Carroll over Hamilton Township 21-0 in the second quarter. And Fairfield Union leads Amanda Clear Creek 13-0.
Well, we're probably going to see Bloom again. So.
Yeah, oh yeah. Otero to kick it off. And he will squib it right up the middle, and it will be fallen on by Ben Boyden at the 40-yard line.
Keeper on the catch. On the PAT, ball's placed at the 41-yard line. First down, 10, Fisher Catholic. I have a timeout. Timeout on the field called by the Irish.
So we got a timeout on the field. Our timeouts tonight are brought to you by the Carriage Company, located at 1031 North Memorial Drive in Lancaster. Learn more at carriagecompany.com.
And let's give a shout out to Buffalo Wild Wings. Thanks to Larry Tipton and the crew for great food, great service, and the best sports viewing in town. It's all at Buffalo Wild Wings in the Plaza Shopping Center on North Memorial Drive in Lancaster.
Shoo, what a fall we've had so far for football season. You know, the last couple of weeks were a little chilly, but
yeah.
I mean, for week 10 right here, it was 65, 70 degrees today, and we've had no rain at all through 10 weeks of the season. But now watch, next week playoffs start.
Yeah, it looks pretty good for next week, I think, still. I look long term. You know, it's kept me off the I'm less time on the mower here.
Yeah,
which has been
I like
okay,
that.
Yeah. But no, it's absolutely a gorgeous time of year.
Yes, it is.
After the timeout, ball's placed
It'll be first and 10 for Fisher Catholic at their own 40-yard line. Cormier goes in motion. Kiefer to pass over the middle, and he throws it too low, intended for number 10, freshman Jacob Welsh.
Yeah, he's on his heels right there. I didn't see him step up and really give it a toss. Now, what are they throwing?
I think T-shirts. One
okay.
almost came to the press box.
I was going to say, the window's not open. I better open it.
Clock stopped at 8:38 to play in the first half. 34-0 Berne Union. The 30-point clock running is only second half, correct?
Yes.
Kiefer back to pass again. And a diving catch. No, he could not bring it in. Intended for Bobby Bennett.
I tell you, he's going to see James Ashton in his sleep tonight.
Yeah.
He has been on him.
I think the only completions that we've seen have been those little screens out to
Yes.
Jack Wright.
Yeah.
So 3rd and 10 for Fisher Catholic. Welsh and O'Reilly come to the near side, as well as Cormier. Bennett split out wide to the far side.
You can see Ashton out here on this DN defensive linebacker right here.
And that one's overthrown, intended for Jacob Welsh.
Pass intended for Welsh from keeper, falls incomplete.
1 minute to go in the first half over at Lancaster, and the Golden Gales lead Newark 21-0.
Yeah, it doesn't terribly surprise me. I felt the last time we saw the Gales, they won. They beat a good Groveport team. I know they stubbed their toe the next week. But if they can do the little things, stay away from penalties and turnovers like any team, but especially them, they can give you some trouble.
You know, the downside to that is if you get in at 16, you're most likely going to be playing Gahanna,
Yes.
who we are hearing is just pummeling Pick North tonight.
Well, the talent level at Gahanna is
Yeah.
really
Oh, yeah.
high right now. If you go down their roster, it's kind of like the years Pickerington. They've got potential people that may end up in the NFL.
Where are they playing their home games this year? I know they played the first game at their home field, and then they bulldozed it.
Yeah, they
Building
got
a new
construction.
school there.
I
Are
have
they playing
not
all
heard.
on the road?
No, but I'm not sure where they're doing. Where they're playing at Academy, which is right there,
okay.
possibly. But
I mean, still,
that's
it
a
makes
good
it even
question.
more impressive that they've
It
only
does.
lost one game and have only played one home game, true home game.
No, they're one of the schools, if you think about it, in Central Ohio that have not split.
Right.
And, I mean, if you look at it, in Westerville, you got 3 schools.
Yep.
Olentangy, you got 4.
Right.
I mean, that's a big advantage, I think, in some ways.
Right. 1st and 10 for the Rockets. They lead at 34-0 with 8:21 to play in the first half. Nemeth back to pass, looking over the middle, and threw it behind his intended receiver, who was open, Colton Woodyard, across the middle, the sophomore. But Nate just threw him a little bit behind him.
Well, you're going to have to do a good job next half of getting some names and some numbers together
right,
because that's the way it's going to be.
Well, not so much on the far side. There's about 5 subs.
Yes.
On this side, there's a bunch.
Yeah. Got a whole team. Yeah, and Coach Herpers, when I was talking to him about moving up a division, he said they went up by 1. Well, they have a point system, how they measure. They went up by 1 point.
Oh, wow.
Or they would have been back in D7.
Wow.
Last year they went 10-0. And then lost to River.
Yeah,
which game we had, who was very good.
Yeah, good run here by number 4 for the Rockets. That's Gavin Garner, the junior. And a flag comes in late.
Yeah,
Is that going to be
jumped
on
on
Riley or
whoever jumped on the pile late?
that must have been when I had my head down looking for the runner.
On white. So we have a dead ball, personal foul on white, number 11.
Yeah, that was really late because I was looking down at my roster to see who the runner was. He had already been tackled. And Simon Martin, another freshman, he comes in late.
I mean, I don't think the official wanted to call it, but it was.
Oh, you have to.
Yeah, it was.
You have to.
exactly. If you're going to be successful, you got to be consistent.
Penalty's a penalty. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter what the
absolutely.
score is.
I agree. I can see him kind of just like, nah, don't put me in that spot.
1st and 10. Nemeth will just keep it right up the middle. And he loses the football. And it's still loose. I think the Irish might have got it. Simon Messerly recovers it. No signal yet. Now
Yes.
they signal it. Bobby Bennett was making the tackle on Nemeth, but I don't really think he knocked it out. I think Nemeth just lost it, and Simon Messerly was able to fall on it before it went out of bounds.
Yeah, we see the replay right here. Just, that's something ball security that you cannot have happen.
Yeah, he did get the right hand in there.
He did.
Kind of stripped it away.
He stripped it. You know, he didn't have both hands. Nemeth didn't have both hands on the ball protecting it.
Yeah, and then Messerly, man, that was so close to going out of bounds.
You know, I saw Urban Meyer talking about protecting the football, and obviously people can't see me now, but he talks about where they put the point here, and then they put this hand. They used to put it like there. Now they put it here and secure it tight because that people actually teach.
Kiefer's pass is intercepted over the middle of the field by
Nemeth.
Nate Nemeth at the 20-yard line, and now Nemeth on the return all the way across the 50 to the 45, 40, still on his feet, and we pushed out of bounds at the 30-yard line.
Run out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Berne Union will take over. First down 10, Rockets.
See the replay. It just ball's underthrown, Jared. Yep.
Reality is, Shu, 14 players on this Fisher Catholic roster of about 20 right now are freshmen and sophomores.
And, you know,
and they're playing like it.
Yeah, I don't mean that. That's not a negative comment.
No, not at all.
That's just
not at
a
all.
fact.
They're just young. They're small. They're just not skillful yet.
The varsity level, you know, is not for people who can't play.
Right. Nemeth fires it up there. Persinger comes back for it, and he loses the football, and it's recovered by the Irish. Good job by Cormier, I believe it was, to strip it out, and O'Reilly fell on it inside the 10-yard line.
Wow.
So, again, there's going to be some things, you know, I mean, we mentioned they're going to win this football game, but there's going to be a lot on film that Coach Herbst will be able to look at and show his team that, guys, we got to clean this up.
Fumble on the play, recovered by the Irish.
You can see here, just like an old schoolyard play.
Yeah.
Again, not really running with a protective reasoning there.
It was actually Leo Hampshire, another freshman, who made the strip for the Irish.
8-yard line, first down 10, Fisher Catholic.
We've got a stoppage of play. Kiefer's over on the far side. I think his shoe's untied or something's going on with his shoe. They're maybe trying to tie it. The trainer helping him out. Clock stopped at 7:08 to play in the first half. First and 10 for Fisher Catholic. And a whistle. Flag.
You move, son. Dead ball, false start, 74 white.
Another freshman.
False start on the Irish. 5-yard penalty, replay, first down.
If you're looking for a bright side for Fisher Catholic, I mean, they are young. They've got a strong 8th grade class that'll be coming in as freshmen next year. You know,
that's good to hear.
Yeah, you're hopeful that you know, in a couple of years they'll be back to winning some football games. Kiefer keeps it himself over the right side and gets back the yardage that they lost on that last penalty.
Well, the thing is, you know, you have to. These young players have to then take the off season. If they're involved in other sports, great. If not, they got to take some time and work on physical strength, agility, speed, all those things to get better. Jared. I mean, you know, if they're playing other sports, they'll get that. If they're playing basketball or wrestling, you know, obviously in the spring, then baseball and track, they got to be involved. And you know, that's a good thing that you have players back.
Kiefer fires one out to the near side, intended for, I thought it was O'Reilly, but it's Jacob Welsh, another freshman.
That's a long pass.
Yeah, it was.
Ball's incomplete.
think Welsh kind of just got turned around a little bit.
Coverage to Berne Union brings up 3rd down 10 for the Irish.
You know, the thing is, speaking with Coach Timmis, he said, listen, they're still attentive. They're trying to do what we want. They're coachable. They've been very resilient, obviously, because there's nothing to cheer after any game so far this year. So from that standpoint, you know, if the kids will stay with it, come back next year with a, you know, renewed vigor, then yes, things can change.
Varsity builds a lot of character too.
Well,
and they've faced a lot of adversity
sure
this
have.
season. Incomplete pass across the middle intended for Bennett. And Jake Krenner will have to punt out of his own end zone.
Keeper's pass intended
There's a
for
good
Bennett,
look at
falls incomplete.
Coach Timmis and Coach Hesterman over on the far side.
Hickson on the coverage, brings up 4th down for the Irish. Kruger sends punt for the Irish, Nemeth deep.
Good snap. And the punt is blocked.
Yep.
Somehow.
Guess who got it?
Guess who got it? Ashton got through there.
Yeah.
Untouched.
He's pretty remarkable.
Makes it 36-0 on the safety. There was 6:13 to play in the first half. Yeah, Ashton's had a heck of a game.
He has.
Number 50, James Ashton, a 6 foot, 207-pound senior.
I mean, watch here.
Yeah, great job by James Ashton. So now the Rockets will get the ball back with a 36-0 lead. 6:13 to play in the first half. And they will have to kick it from the 20-yard line. They will elect to kick rather than punt, so Vio will kick it.
Schaefer and Nemeth deep for the Rockets. J.J. Vio set to kick off for the Irish.
Nemeth and Schaefer back deep for Berne Union to receive the punt or the kickoff. Finally, we get the ready for play. Vio squibs it. It's taken at the 50-yard line.
What was he waiting for?
Not sure.
Wyatt Adams on the return for the Rockets.
Wyatt Adams, the junior, on the return.
I'm not sure if he was waiting for blocking or.
In his defense, he's probably not used to receiving the kickoffs.
No, you're probably right.
Berne Union takes over, 1st down 10, Rockets.
But one thing.
Well, and he probably saw the one that O'Reilly, the phantom fair catch, that you know, thought, well, maybe they're just going to whistle it dead.
I don't know, but one thing I know, run.
Right, exactly. Until you hear a whistle.
There's some parts not that complicated. Run.
1st and 10, Berne Union at the 50-yard line. Already leading 36-0, 6:04 to play in the first half. Nemeth will keep it himself. And Hyde O'Reilly tracks him down from behind. Good hustle by Hyde.
Really good hustle. He's about the only one that was going to catch him.
Yeah.
You know, they ran the option there, gave an option look, and you know, Nemeth likes to run and he can run. He just gave a fake pitch and off he goes. He made 2 or 3 people miss on the way there.
Clock will roll. Inside of 6 minutes to play in the first half. 1st and 10, Berne Union at the Irish 21-yard line. 3 receivers out to the left. Nimith will hand it off. Coming right side, Luke Schaefer. Schaefer in for the touchdown.
Yep, ran a counter.
That's a good play. They've run that 2 or 3 times tonight.
Yeah. Well, the thing was the backside, there's less people, and they got it blocked really well.
They've actually run it 3 times, all 3 for touchdowns. 1 was called back,
That's
though.
true.
They ran it again.
Well, Schaefer runs hard.
Yes, he does.
I mean, he's aggressive, runs hard, got his head up, going downfield. I mean, if we were able to go back and look at that, you'll see how well that's blocked on the backside.
Luke Schaefer, a 5'9", 175-pound senior. Otero on to kick the extra point. And barely got across, cut over the crossbar there.
Look like a frisbee. Here you go. Here's the replay. Watch it on the backside right there. 1, 2.
Yeah, look at those
right
guys.
there. Those are good blocks.
Yeah.
A block doesn't have to be a pancake block.
Right.
You've just got to get in the way. And with them running so hard, Jared, good play.
Yep. $43-0. Still 5:19 to play in the first half here at Van Schoyck Field at Berne Union High School. As I mentioned, this is a game that Berne Union has had circled on their calendar since before the season started. In fact, senior night, one of their seniors, when they were making, they always announce the things they're involved in. The last thing was, what's your favorite memory? And he said, beating Fisher Catholic, always.
Hey, if that's how they view it, that's great. I mean, people consider it a rivalry game. I think if you're going to be on top, you got to beat everybody in the league.
Yeah.
And it's okay to, have some kind of rivalry or whatever. But when you're dominating somebody, I'm not sure. I know the Michigan-Ohio State game's still considered a rivalry, even though the Buckeyes beat them 17 out of 20 years.
Yeah.
There.
And I will say this: a lot of people think that the Mid-State League Cardinal is down this year. You can't take the fact that Fisher Catholic is 0-10 and say that the entire league is down.
No.
When you look at, you've got Fairfield Christian is going to, they're in the
They're
playoffs.
solid. They're solid.
They're going to end up 5-5. Berne Union in the playoffs and in second place in the league.
Yeah, Berne has a
Worthington
good
Christian is really good.
Yes.
Miller is better this year. They might make the playoffs. This league is not down. Are they?
No.
Are they world beaters? No, but it's better than it was, I think, last year as a whole.
Probably so.
First and 10. Here's a handoff to Wright up the middle. And he gets out to the 35-yard line. Gain of about 3 on the play.
Zach Cox on the tackle for Berne Union. Gain on the play brings up 2nd down 7.
What? Did you hear that? What?
2nd down and 7 for the Irish.
Melissa, absolutely not.
Clock rolls down to under 5 minutes to play in the first half. 3 receivers will split out to the near side. Actually 4. No, here's 3. Bennett, Stewart, and Cormier on the right, on the left. Hyde O'Reilly going to go out single coverage on the right. Bennett now resets. Kiefer. Pass intended for O'Reilly and just barely overthrown. And a flag comes in.
Pass intended for O'Reilly falls incomplete.
Ineligible.
Penalty flag on the field.
Now, on a long pass like that, why somebody?
We have an ineligible downfield, number 58, White.
Ineligible man downfield against the Irish.
They called it on 58 White. White doesn't have a 58. I'm assuming 68.
Maybe.
Replay. Here we
Well,
go.
there is a 58 right there.
That's 68.
No, there's one on the other side, isn't there? Is that 18?
That's 18.
Is it?
Or did he change?
I don't know. It says
It does say 58. I was
Does
not
it?
given that number. Unless maybe that's Ben Boyden, who had been wearing 18, and now he's back in 58.
Because he's playing on the line?
Yeah, he started the season as an offensive lineman, changed to tight end, and now it looks like he's back to offensive line.
Yeah.
Kiefer back to pass over the middle, and in and out of the hands of Kyle Cormier. Brings up a 3rd down and 13.
Ball's incomplete. Ray Davenport on the coverage for the Rockets brings up 3rd down.
Wright will line up to the right of Kiefer. Kiefer checking the play on his wristband. Grant back to pass. Screen pass out to Jack Wright, and Jack Wright across the 35. Brought down about the 37-yard line. Will bring up a 4th down for Fisher Catholic. I believe that's only the 3rd completion of the night, and all 3 have been that pass right there. Screen pass to
Yeah, and that was
Jack Wright.
I mean, what they get? 7, 8 yards?
Yeah.
I mean, I like that, getting the backs of the ball quick.
Yep. Jake Kruner back on the punt for Fisher Catholic. 4th down and 5. Nemeth back deep at the 30 to receive it. Saw Jake hit a, what'd you say, 52-yarder earlier tonight, and then the last one was blocked. Somebody came in from that the left side as you look at it. There's another nice punt.
Yeah, boomed that one.
And Nemeth Fair catches it at the 25. Hard to believe that this is the first year that Jake Kruger has punted the football. Unfortunately, he's a senior, so won't see any more of Jake punting next year.
No, if I would say if I were at a point in my life where I was raising a son and he could kick, had any ability at all to kick things, I would send him off to a kicking school or camp
and long snapping.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you know, the guy from my hometown, Mike Bartram, made an NFL career on snapping a football, long snapping. Went to 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
And all he did was snap the ball through his legs.
And you're not going to get hit.
No.
They protect you.
And you'll be the first one down the field, and a lot of times make tackles on punts. 1st and 10 for the Rockets. Run right up the middle. And hold going on out here on the far side. My son Gavin Stewart was being just blasted. That's not hard to do. He's
going against what, a senior?
Yeah, and Gavin is soaking wet, 115 pounds. Going up against Austin Snyder, who's 205.
Oh, he's a junior.
6 foot 205.
Junior. Yeah.
2nd down and 5 after the run. Nice run by Gavin Garner. The junior got 5 yards on the play. We've seen him make a couple of good runs tonight.
Yeah, they have a good bevy of backs.
Yeah.
They do. They really do. I have some kids who can really run the ball.
Here he is again, and he's got the 1st down out across the 40. Pushed out of bounds by Cormier.
Kyle Cormier on the tackle for the Irish. His pickup's good enough for Berne Union. 1st down.
I want to say thanks to Jolynn Pugh and the Berne Union Golden Rocket Marching Band boosters. They provided food to our guys in the truck tonight. And that's honestly one of the things we look forward to about coming down here is the hospitality of the folks here at Berne Union. Of course, in the press box, and the band boosters always provide food to the truck, and they do a nice job down here. Here's Garner again on the carry. Gets out to the 35, still on his feet to the 40.
Yep, good.
Finally brought down, knocked out of bounds by O'Reilly and Cormier.
Garner's pickup's good enough for a Rockets. 1st down.
Watch here. Gets his shoulders square. Just keeps his feet moving, Jared. That's the key. Right there.
Yep.
Break loose. Good run.
First and 10 for the Rockets. Clock down to 2:14. It stopped momentarily as that play went out of bounds. Nemeth again to Garner. And Garner down across the 40, or the 30 rather. And that's close to a first down, but I think it's going to be shy by about a yard.
Yep.
Gain of 8 on the play brings up second down to Berne Union.
Second down and 2 for the Rockets. Nemeth back to pass. He's got a man wide open, and he dropped the football. It's a little bit underthrown. There was nobody near him.
No.
Intended for Colton Woodard.
Intended for Colton Woodard falls incomplete.
Not sure how he got so wide open across the middle of the field like that, but man, I'm sure that's one that Colton and Nate would like to have back. Third down and 2 from the 30. Clock stopped at a minute 39 with the Rockets leading 43-0 here on senior night at Van Schoyck Field. Nemeth hands it this side to Garner.
Gavin Garner on the carry for Berne Union.
He's got a first down.
Brought down by a heap ton of Irish. Thank you, Angela. Pickup's good enough for a Rockets first down.
Rockets up to the line of scrimmage quickly. It's a handoff again to Garner.
Gavin Garner on the carry for Berne Union.
And he's in for a touchdown.
Garner's pickup's good enough for a Rockets touchdown.
Lots of Gavin Garner that drive. He did a nice job on the runs. He got some blocks.
Yeah, the blocking up front was critical. Look at this. You and I could run through that one.
Again, Otero on to kick the extra point. This one's up and good.
Otero's extra point attempt is
Makes
good.
it 50-0 with a minute 24 to play in the first half. Coming up at halftime, we'll have our halftime band show. We'll go ahead and tell you about that. Halftime band show will be brought to you by Frank E. Smith Funeral Home, Crematory and Monuments. Family owned and operated since 1889. Check them out at funeralhome.com. The Frank E. Smith Funeral Home, respect for tradition, regard for change. It'll also be brought to you by Fairfield Federal. When it comes to our customers and our community, we go above and beyond to help. Personal or business banking, whatever you need, we take it seriously because we know you do too. The difference is clear. Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan specializes in banking that revolves around you. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. And you're going to want to stay tuned for that band show. Berne Union Golden Rocket Marching Band, they have marched up in Class A and Double A. If you know anything about marching band, it starts at like C, and it's basically like football. I mean, it's based on your size of your school, size of your band, but you can go up classes, but you can't go down. And Berne Union has been marching up several classes and still taking grand champion at most of the competitions they've been to. So great job by J.D. Latore once again, just year after year. The music, the general music program, and the band program they have down here is just phenomenal. So we'll look forward to seeing that at halftime. Here's a squib kick. Needs to be picked up. Finally does. It's picked up by Jack Wright.
Jack Wright on the return for
the Irish will go back on offense with a minute 21 to play in the first half. There's the scoring drive. 7 plays, 75 yards, 2:02 off the clock, a 20-yard touchdown run by Gavin Garner.
Line, first down 10, Fisher Catholic.
Kiefer will go under center here. Hands it off to Wright. And Wright across the 25. Good hard run by Jack Wright.
Wyatt Adams on the tackle for the Rockets. Short gain on the play brings up second down.
Wow, I thought he got more than that. He ran hard, but only got a yard.
Yeah, he's at the 20.
Crowd is staying warm.
Well, the temperature's really, once the sun sets, it gets pretty cold.
Go Rockets! Go Rockets! Hey!
2nd and 9. Here's Jack Wright again. Right across the 30. Nice little run. Tiptoes the sideline and gets up close to a first down. We'll see where they spot it. He does get the first down.
David Randolph runs him out of bounds.
24.4 seconds showing on the clock
Ball's placed
here in the
at
first half.
37-yard line. First down 10, Fisher Catholic.
Watch out for Hayden's fries.
Kiefer again with Wright standing beside him to his right. And Jack will take it up for a couple yards. And that will probably be the last play of the first
Jack
half.
Wright on the carry.
So they will go to the locker room with Berne Union up 50-0 at halftime here at Van Schoyck Field on senior night and also military night. In the last regular season game of this 2022 season. So we'll take it to halftime with the Rockets up 50-0. You don't want to stay tuned. The halftime band show is coming your way next. It's brought to you by Frank E. Smith Funeral Home and Fairfield Federal. Stay with us. This is the high school football game of the week.
IVP Sports presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Football Game of the Week. Brought to you by Buckeye Toyota, Bay Food Market, Fairfield County Adam H., the Savings Bank, Sheridan Funeral Home, Fairfield Federal, Fairfield DD, the Frank E. Smith Funeral Home, the Edwards Insurance Agency, Dagger Law, The Carriage Company, Personal Touch Party Rentals, North Body Shop, Fairfield Medical Center, and Buckeye Lake Marina.
Hi, I am Carrie Woody with United Way of Fairfield County. Our mission is to utilize all resources to achieve the greatest impact on our local needs, and this can only be accomplished by local support and generous donations from businesses like Buckeye Toyota through their Buckeye Cares program. This month, Buckeye Toyota will make a donation to the United Way with every vehicle sold. From all of us at United Way, we say thank you, Buckeye Toyota, for once again offering your support.
Hi, I'm Carol Whittington, and I would like to invite you to stop by Personal Touch Party Rentals and Events, located at 1540 Hubbard Drive in Lancaster. We are a small family-owned business and have been servicing the Central Ohio and Hocking Hills area since 2003. Graduations with a personal touch, weddings with a personal touch, corporate events with a personal touch. Please call us today for all your party rental needs, 740-689-6991.
Bay Food Market is Fairfield County's source for high-quality, locally sourced meats. The meat case is always full of quality fresh beef, pork, gourmet burgers, and gourmet brats for you and your family to enjoy. Bay Food Market cures and smokes their own hams, bacon, and sausage. Visit Bay Food Market at the corner of Maple and Walnut Streets in Lancaster and discover the Bay Food Market difference. Open daily 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., closed Thursday and Sunday. Bay Food Market, proudly serving Fairfield County families for more than 90 years.
Greetings from Fairfield DD. We are excited to share the joys of the fall season with you. As we move into cooler weather, we hope to see you at Football Friday nights and the County Fair. As you enjoy the season of changing colors, we also want to remind you of the change we hope to see. We pursue a vibrant community where everyone leads a fulfilling life and everyone makes meaningful contributions. Don't forget to stop by our social purpose enterprise, Art and Clay on Main and Square 7 Coffee House, to paint a new piece for your table this season or enjoy a handcrafted fall beverage.
You walked down the aisle and promised happily ever after. Sometimes happily ever after means ending a relationship. We know the conversations are not easy. Deciding what's best for you, your children, and your next steps takes work and communication. At Dagger Law, we know there are no monsters in a divorce, only people trying to find their way. Local, trusted, experienced. Dagger Law.
Hi, my name's Josh Lazier with the Lancaster Fire Department, here to talk to you about Narcan. Narcan is the light in the darkness of the opioid epidemic. It's a medication designed to rapidly reverse opioid overdoses. It can very quickly restore normal respirations to a person whose breathing has slowed or stopped as a result of overdosing with heroin or prescription opioid pain medications. It can be carried by police, EMTs, firefighters, even family members. While Narcan stops the effects of an overdose, it does not stop addiction and is not a cure. If there are opioids in your home, Narcan should be there too. Narcan is considered to be a very safe drug and can save lives. And in Ohio, it's available without a prescription. Your life matters, and we're here to help because you matter.
This message is brought to you by the Fairfield County Adam H. Board.
To end our show this evening, we present a melody of Never Enough and From Now On, beginning with a solo by Nathan Shea.
How much can you afford to spend on a home? That's a good question. I'm Desi DeJohn, Assistant Vice President and Mortgage Loan Officer at the Savings Bank in Lancaster. It's important to know how much you can afford before you contact a real estate agent. Factors such as income, credit score, debt, and down payment can help determine how much a bank can lend you to buy a home. Getting pre-qualified is the best way to find out how much you can afford to spend on a home. You can apply to pre-qualify online anytime at thesavingsbankohio.bank.
Swing into the Carriage Company and check out our sweet deals. If you're looking for the best selection of clean, quality used vehicles, look no further than the Carriage Company. You'll feel secure with your purchase, knowing all vehicles undergo an extensive safety and service check prior to the sale. And all vehicles can be viewed online at carriagecompany.com. The Carriage Company, located at 1031 North Memorial Drive in Lancaster.
So wait! IVP Sports presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Football Game of the Week. Brought to you by Buckeye Toyota, Bay Food Market, Fairfield County Adam H., the Savings Bank, Sheridan Funeral Home, Fairfield Federal, Fairfield DD, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, the Edwards Insurance Agency, Dagger Law, The Carriage Company, Personal Touch Party Rentals, North Body Shop, Fairfield Medical Center, and Buckeye Lake Marina.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please direct your attention to the 50R line for a very special presentation. The Miller Sport Sweet Corn Festival, sponsored by the Miller Sport Lions Club, is here to present to you your 2022 Miller Sport Sweet Corn Festival Queen, Brooke Schwingler. Brooke is a senior here at Berne High School. Brooke is the daughter of Mary and Adam Hollett of Lancaster, Ohio. She is a member honors choir, Capella group, track, Big Brothers and Big Sisters, theater, marching band, and serves as the first chair flute player in the school's highest band. Brooke has served as student council for 3 years and has completed all CCP classes and classes at Ohio University Lancaster. She volunteers for her church's worship team, Vacation Bible School 4-H Club, and the Connection West. Brooke enjoys her job at a local coffee shop where she has been recognized as Employee of the Month. She's also an intern at church and done child care for her church, family, and friends. Brooke started taking college classes her sophomore year and will be graduating with a minor in psychology. She wants to obtain a degree to become a psychiatric nurse and then a traveling nurse for a few years. In her free time, she enjoys piano, singing, acting, reading, traveling, creating new coffee drinks, and spending time with her family and friends. Miller Sport Lions Club First Vice President John Cam will now present Queen Brooke, with her in her hands, the rotating trophy. Queen Brooke will now present to Dan Booster President Bill Bennett, Brooke will be displayed in the high school for the upcoming year. First Vice President John Cam will now present a check in the amount of $300 to Queen Brooke. Queen Brooke will now present it to the band director, Mr. LaCour, to help the school's financial needs. Band's financial needs, I'm sorry. Queen Brooke and her court will travel the great state of Ohio this coming year representing the Miller Sport Sweet Corn Festival. Queen Brooke and her court have already traveled to many festivals already and have done a fantastic job representing us. I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate Queen Brooke on being selected as the first queen to represent Berne Union High School. At that time, right? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your attention.
Under the direction of J.D. Latour, the Berne Union Golden Rockets Marching Band proudly present Senior Show 2022. While the band enters the field, we will introduce this year's senior class. Our first senior is Tayshawn Evans. Tayshawn is being escorted by his parents, Stacy and Carrie. Tay is the trombone section leader and has been in 3 different marching bands over 6 years. After graduation, he is undecided between entering the workforce or going to college for computer engineering. Tayshawn. Our next senior is CJ Long. He's being escorted by his parents, Kyle and Latasha, and his brother, Jaden. CJ is the clarinet section leader and has been in marching band for 6 years. CJ has enlisted into the Marine Corps and will leave for basic training June 5th. CJ Long. Schrager is being escorted by her parents, Mary and Adam Pollitt. She has been in band for 6 years playing flute and has played piccolo for 4 years. Brooke has been a section leader since freshman year. Brooke plans on continuing going to OUL to get her minor in psychology by the end of this school year and to start the nursing program in the fall. Her dream is to become a traveling psychiatric nurse. Brooke Schoyck. Our last senior is Michael Evans. He is being escorted by his mother, Julie Ebner, and his 2 sisters, Rachel and Sarah. Michael is the baritone section leader and has played for 6 years in the marching band. After graduation, Michael plans to take a year off work, then plans to pursue college for acting. Michael Ebner. Big round of applause for the 2022 Buck Run Seniors. Tonight's senior show opens with Red Rock Mountain from the 2017 contest show Descent.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you would please direct your attention down to the 50-yard line on the track. Berne Union Athletic Director Danny Snively and Berne Union Athletic Booster President Tony Pugh are joined by Mr. Chris Tenza. In the late 1970s, Dr. James Parker understood the importance of student health. He started free physicals for any student at Berne Union. Years later, Dr. Parker needed to hand the reins over to some new young blood. Dr. Parker at this time handed, or more than likely, told Christian Tenza that you now will be taking over this program. Dr. Tenza now has led the way for the past several years for free physicals to any Berne Union student. His countless hours of commitment to this school does not go unnoticed. On behalf of the Berne Union Board of Education, its athletic boosters, and its athletic department, we would like to present Dr. Christian Tenza a Berne Union baseball jersey. Christian participated in 3 sports here at Berne Union, playing football, basketball, and his favorite sport, baseball. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a heartfelt thank you to a proud BU class of 1996 graduate, Dr. Christian Tenza. Christian, we finally got a jersey and you don't get yelled at for taking it. All right, fans, get out your 50-50 ticket. We've got our winning 50-50 ticket.
Welcome back to Van Schoyck Field here at Berne Union High School. We're at halftime. The Berne Union Rockets lead the Fisher Catholic Irish 50-0. We hope you enjoyed the halftime band show. Got to see a little bit of Fisher Catholic Band and Berne Union Band and some other festivities going on down on the field here at halftime. And we Hope you enjoyed that. And as we head into the second half, 50-0 is the score. Berne Union, let's put yourself, obviously you and I have both coached, but neither of us have ever coached football. So let's put the football coaching hat on. If you were in the locker room and you're Tony Herbst, and I'll have you put the Luke Timmis hat on in just a second, but what are you saying to your team at halftime in a 50-0 game like this?
Well, first of all, you're going to acknowledge the good things they did this half, and they did some good things. I mean,
right.
You still have to get 50 points in a half, you have to be doing good things. And then secondly, I'm going to talk to my players about, eliminating or minimizing mistakes, because you can't have that.
Right.
Some of the things they've had, and especially in the penalty areas, next week when it's winter, go home.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also going to address my young players,
Sure.
saying, listen, you're going to get some opportunities tonight. And you know what? You got to show me, and that you really want to play, and it's an opportunity for them to really demonstrate to him
right.
how good they are.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're going to get an opportunity. There's nights where they don't get opportunities to play.
Yeah. How about if you're Luke Timmis in a 50-0, you're on the wrong side of a 50-0 score at halftime with this young team. They're obviously, they're down. They haven't won a game all season. What are you saying at halftime?
Well, I don't know if there's a lot of words really, Jared. You know what? You got to stay positive, however way you can, and you got to again just go out and try to play the third quarter independent of anything that's happened. Because in all honesty, one of the things you teach young people, and as you know, you're in education, is you cannot change what's already happened.
Right.
And what you got to be able to do now is move at this point and play better at this time.
Sure.
You're not going to win the game, so forget about the points and all that stuff. Just go out and try to execute each play.
Second half kickoff will be taken right about the 24-yard line up to the 35, returned by Hyde O'Reilly. That's where the Irish will go on offense to start the second half.
8 hits on the tackle for the Rockets. O'Reilly on the return for the Irish. Takes the ball to the 35-yard line. First down.
So Grant Kiefer trots out to lead the offense for Fisher Catholic. So the difference in a 65-degree day in the end of October and a 65-degree day, at, say, the beginning of September, is it gets really cold when the sun goes down at nighttime.
It does.
Kiefer back to pass, screen pass out to O'Reilly. O'Reilly, nice move up to the 40 and across the 40 to about the 41.
Yeah, the pass is where he gets rid of the ball quick and to people. Kiefer looks more decisive to me.
Yeah.
Dylan Fittytron on the tackle for the Rockets. Gain on the play brings up second down.
I mean, you got 6 yards.
Yep.
I mean, that's a good first down play.
Bring up a second down and 4 here for the Irish. Wright stands to the left of Grant Kiefer. We will have a running clock here in the second half. And nothing there for Wright. He was hit as soon as he took the handoff. We've seen that a couple times tonight.
On the tackle for the Rockets, Ian Northwell. Wright on the carry. Wassel the play brings up third down.
Third down and 8 for Fisher Catholic. Bennett and Welsh out to the near side. Cormier and O'Reilly to the far side. Low snap. Kiefer picks it up, fires a pass down to the far side. And O'Reilly somehow makes the catch and with traffic. And actually, it's going to be a pass interference, but he did a great job hauling that in with traffic in there and somebody all over him.
Yeah, he showed his skill and athleticism right there.
Like I said, Hyde last year as a freshman was, while he had a good year, he was still very timid. This year, it was very evident in game number 1 that he's grown physically, mentally, just a different type of player this year. And I know that Hyde's a three-sport athlete. He plays football, basketball, and baseball, and he actually favors basketball. His favorite is basketball.
right?
But I will say that I've got to tell you, I'm very impressed with his football skills.
Go to the sideline.
I think he may be better at football than any sport. What's going on?
We're going to go.
Another clock issue. The clock says 19:13.
Well, we were down. Yeah. Is that what we had?
So clock issue again. I think they're going to run the clock on the field as we're listening to the officials talk about it.
Okay. We're going to run the clock here. Yeah, they got the.
So they're going to.
We're going to operate the clock on the field. The time is 9:13.
9:13 is what they're going to say. They'll go with, and will be a running clock starting at 9:13. And they will keep it on the field.
That's why they always come with that, have that ability.
Yep.
Technology doesn't always work.
So 1st and 10 for the Irish after the nice reception by Hyde O'Reilly. It's their best field position since, that second drive where they got it down to about the 20 and stalled it out on a missed field goal. Kiefer's pass again, intended for O'Reilly, caught at the 15. O'Reilly, a nice cutback and dives for the pylon, and he is in for the touchdown. Really nice job. After he made the catch, he just made that little cut to the inside.
As you can see, a lot of new numbers on the Berne side there.
Yep.
And that's good. He's playing people, but there will come a point if they don't continue to perform. Sometimes, if they go in, they get an opportunity, they don't perform, you got to take them back out.
Right.
Explain to them. It's never easy.
VO to attempt the extra point here. It is up, and it is good.
Extra point attempt is good.
So regardless, that's a very positive drive there for the Irish.
Yeah, absolutely. They take it down and score on their first drive of the second half.
Tonight's second half scoreboard sponsor. We'll watch the play here first on the replay. Look at the toss. Watch Hyde make the catch, stop, and get by, and then have to put his shoulder down and get in the end zone here.
Actually, he did that against number 3, David Randolph, a senior.
Yeah.
And a nice move on him.
And as I was saying, tonight's second half scoreboard, even though it is not operating correct, sponsor is Buckeye Lake Marina. If you're looking for a new boat, a great pre-owned watercraft, or a place to get parts for your boat, Buckeye Lake Marina has it all. More information can be found at buckeyelakemarina.com.
All right, some updated scores from around the area. Gahanna-Lincoln now leads Pickerington North 39-2.
Wow.
In the fourth quarter. Sheridan has taken a lead on New Lexington 17-13 in the third quarter. That one was 13-10 at halftime. So Sheridan put a score on the board in the third so far. Grove City leads Westland 35-0. It is Pickerington Central over Reynoldsburg 35-0. Harvest Prep leads Buckeye Valley 35-12. Rosecrans over Miller 29-6. Liberty Union and Circleville tied up 12-12. And Lancaster over Newark 35-7. Bloom Carroll, man, they are hammering Hamilton Township 48-0.
Wow.
And it is Fairfield Union 27-8 over Amanda Clear Creek.
Yeah, that's a Hamilton Township team that has some ability.
Yeah, 6-2 coming in. Bloom Carroll lost the first game of the season and has not lost since then.
They lost to a team that's going to be 10-0.
Right.
And Harvest Prep.
Yep. VO's kickoff to the far side of the field. And rolls into the end zone for a touchback.
Yeah, I mean, that's your best kickoff right there.
Yep.
Make people drive 80 yards.
He's able to do that. He has the ability to do that every time. So the Rockets will take over. There's the drive summary for the Irish. 4 plays, 65 yards, a 29-yard touchdown pass from Grant Kiefer to Hyde O'Reilly to put the first score on the board for Fisher Catholic. They trail at 50-7.
I take it the back judge has the running clock here as soon as this play starts.
See who lines up at quarterback here for Berne. It will be number 11. That's Jarrett Thompson, a sophomore. He has Gavin Garner with him. And Gavin had a nice drive there to end the first half. Had several good runs and capped it off with a touchdown run. And this time Garner will be brought down at the 20-yard line.
O'Reilly on the tackle for the Irish. Gain on the play brings up 2nd down, 7.
Second 7 for Berne Union. Clock being kept on the field, but we've got it. We're going to see how close our guys in the truck are to what they have on the field. I'll be impressed if we've got 7:50 and running here.
Yeah.
In the truck, if they've got this. I don't know if it's Donnie or Shane on that. Donnie Ziegfeld on it. All right. I'll tell you who our crew is after this play. Here's a run by Garner. Stewart trying to make the tackle, pushes him out of bounds along with Simon Martin. Good job by Gavin Stewart to fight through the block.
Gavin Stewart on the tackle for the Irish brings up 3rd down.
Our crew tonight in the truck, Bob Campetti pushing all the buttons, our producer-director. Donnie Ziegfeld on the clock. There's Donnie and Shane. Donnie on the far side. He's got the clock. We're going to see if he's right. 7:10 and counting. And there's Shane in the middle.
Pressure's on.
There's Bob. Hey, Beth's with us tonight, too. That's who's giving us those scoring drives. Makes it tough on her not having the clock. So, Donnie, you got a job. Tackle made by Simon Martin. There's Jason.
Caden Delabar on the tackle for the Irish.
Delabar on the tackle. Shoo, how about this? Interface Video's been at this for 32 years. 32 years.
I know, it's impressive. I personally have 24.
Wow.
So,
and
Jim Spires is the eldest member, I believe.
The elder statesman?
Yes.
Look at this.
Here we
Some
go.
old footage here. Heading to Zanesville for the first game ever. Look at this. Punt will drop at the 49-yard line. Let's go back to that.
49-yard line. Ball be placed at the 50.
There's Bob Campetti. Look how young and dapper he looks. There's Jim Spires there.
Before he was the Silver Fox.
This was, man.
They're breaking in.
That's Zanesville High School, Salzburger Stadium.
Yep.
Unbelievable. 32 years doing this.
Incredible, isn't it?
Yeah.
Saw Tom
Good
Starr
stuff.
there in the van.
Yep. Kiefer back to pass. And overthrows Hyde O'Reilly. So you say 24 years for you?
Yeah, 75% of the time I've been with them. There you go.
Jackie Carlisle, defensive pressure for the Rockets.
Brian Callahan.
That's the Fisher Catholic home crowd in 1992. Wow, how about that? You know, I remember 92 well. I was in high school. This looks ancient. Back to live action. Kiefer hands it off to Jack Wright. No gain on the play.
Dave Ballinger on the tackle for the Rockets.
Our clock says 4:53 and counting.
On the carry for the Irish. Short gain on the play brings up 3rd down, long for the Irish.
In the third quarter here. 50-7, Berne Union leads Fisher Catholic. Kiefer back to pass, has pressure, and dumps it away, and lucky that one didn't get picked off.
Almost.
Ball's incomplete.
So it brings up a 4th down and 9 for the Irish. Right now, stands to the left of Grant Kiefer. High snap. Grant pulls it down and is pressured again. Does a nice job getting out of it. Block there. And Kiefer has the 1st down and more. It gets out of bounds and a late flag comes in. Is that one coming back? Is that on Fisher?
It is.
Penalty flags on the field.
Okay, which? Where we at?
So we'll let the officials sort this out.
Have a block in the back by the offense. Be repeat, a 4th down.
So block in the back on Fisher Catholic. They will play 4th down over again.
Will be a spot foul. Replay 4th down.
That's pretty obvious. Even across the field, we could see that.
Yep. So back to 4th and see where they mark it off here. All the way back to the 38-yard line. So now it becomes 4th down and looks like about 22. Kiefer rolls out the pass and low for O'Reilly.
Kiefer's pass intended for O'Reilly is incomplete. Berne Union will take over on downs.
So the Rockets come back out on offense, leading at 50-7 with 2:28 to play in the 3rd quarter.
At the 38-yard line, 1st down 10, Berne Union.
Shu, what are your thoughts on the playoff expansion? I mean, I have my thoughts. You know, maybe some divisions it's better than others. I mean, the crazy thing is, if you think about Division I, there will only be 8 teams in the entire state in Division I that will not make the playoffs.
Yeah, I think Division I, they've tried to keep every division the same.
Yeah.
But Division I is a different bird anyway.
Right.
And when you got those 1 versus, I don't know whether you take 12 out of those group or whatever, but it just seems a little ridiculous that you've won 1 or 2 games and you're in the playoffs.
Right.
But I will tell you this, and some people may not like to hear this, and for the schools and the kids and that, I don't think that's a bad thing.
Sure.
That's all good for players and in sports. But the bottom line is, as we watch the replay here, almost trying to strip him. The bottom line is, and you have to look at it this way because it's reality, it makes a lot of money.
Oh, yeah, it does.
It does.
Well, it's the end of the 3rd quarter. Donnie still had a minute. See how quickly he took it down off there?
Oh, yeah.
Still had a minute 24 on our clock.
He could work for national news media doing that.
There he is.
Yeah.
You've got one. Hey, Donnie, you've got one more quarter.
One
more quarter.
Yeah.
See if you can get closer to 124. That you were minute 24 off that time.
Yep. But like I said, it does come down that there's a lot of money made, and OHSA needs money. I mean, I'm not saying they don't need it and it's good, but I just don't know whether it makes it, the credence of it all, just how justifiable is that? I don't know. I don't know if you keep people out for.
Well, I've even heard people say, well, if you want to keep it at 16, do that, but give the top so many a bye. Well, then you're just extending again. It already goes into basketball season.
It's too long now.
Right,
what do they play? What do they have, 5 weeks?
Yeah, postseason weeks. I mean, you're playing a half a season.
That's a lot of high school football.
That's a half a season.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
You know, so they have 5 more weeks if you make the state championship.
Right.
So I don't know, Jared. Like I said, I'm for anything for kids usually.
Sure.
And I think deep down that's the number one reason OHSAA wants to do it. But also the money factor sits there. I mean, you can't overlook that. That's a thing that sits there, that it's a money maker for the schools.
Yeah.
And, you know, as we know, education needs those things.
1st and 10 here for the Rockets. There's a handoff over to 32. That's Cody Homan, sophomore. Picks up a few on the play. I want to tell you, we've been talking about our scoreboard and the clock on there. Second half scoreboard sponsor, Buckeye Lake Marina. If you're looking for a new boat, great pre-owned watercraft, or a place to get parts for your boat, Buckeye Lake Marina has it all. For more information, you can find them at BuckeyeLakeMarina.com. 2nd down and 7 for Berne Union. Here's Garner on the carry, and it'll be brought down. I believe that's Ben Boyden on the tackle, and immediately grabs his calf and has a cramp. Don't see too many cramps when it's chilly out, but he's got one.
No, you can still get them if you're not hydrated.
Yeah.
Hope that's all it is. What it appears, doesn't it?
Fisher Catholic trainer Danielle Kinzer over there. This is actually her final game as a trainer for Fisher Catholic. She's going to move on to some other things. Just had a baby recently, a beautiful baby girl, and she and her husband are going to be moving. Her husband's a trainer at Taze Valley High School.
No.
So she's going to spend more time at home with the baby. So congratulations to Danielle. She's been awesome to work with. Does a great job taking care of the athletes, and that's a job. You know, I talk a lot to the trainer at Lancaster as well, Lee Spring. You know, it's a job that doesn't get a lot of credit. She doesn't say it. Don't get me wrong. I'm saying that myself. I mean, they put in a ton of hours. I mean, they put in as many hours as the coaches and players. And
they're invaluable.
Yeah, absolutely.
They really are.
And anymore with the concussions, I mean, it's you know, it's a tough job. You know,
you got to be on top of your game.
Yeah.
Per se. I mean, like you said, they put time, hours in, and they do it because it's a career that they chose to help.
Right. 3rd down and 4 here for Berne Union. Jarrett Thompson, the quarterback. He's going to keep it himself, run over that right tackle, and he will have the 1st down. There's Christian Tenza up in the press box right near us at halftime. He was honored. He's a graduate of Berne Union, and listen to this. He does free physicals for every student athlete here at Berne Union as a way to give back. And actually, he's a very good friend of mine, coach on my Fisher Catholic baseball coaching staff. But he was honored at halftime. They gave him a Berne Union baseball jersey. He was a good athlete. Fantastic athlete here at Berne Union, and gives back by giving free physicals. Boy, just tremendous.
That's not much you can say when you have people like that in your community.
Absolutely.
No gain on the play. Repeat a 1st down.
Got a penalty on the play. Going to repeat 1st down. Back him up to the 22-yard line. There's a shot of us up in the press box. Going to pan out there. Got a nice crowd here at Berne Union. They always fill these stands, don't they?
Sure do.
Every Friday night that they have a home game.
As I said, it's not a football game. It's a community event.
Yep, you're right.
You know.
Thompson pitches it out to Garner, and Jack Wright is there to snuff that one out.
Wright on the tackle. Garner on the carry for the Rockets. Loss on the play, brings up 2nd down.
Shu, you mentioned community event. There's not much more of a community event than, what builds community excitement than building new school buildings. And
it does.
They're building a couple nice ones here. There you see that was shot earlier today. Berne Union building some new buildings. Very well, I guess you could say overdue. I mean, the building that they have, they've done a nice job keeping care of it and keeping it clean, but it's time for new building. And congratulations to them. They're supposed to be moving in Christmas break of 23, so just a little over a year.
It builds a lot of excitement. I'm fortunate to be involved in a school district that happened.
Right, absolutely.
And it builds enthusiasm, excitement. And, when you look around in the area, look at Fairfield Union's campus now, how nice that is. Amanda's improved theirs so much out there. Lancaster is going through the same process. It's exciting. And, in reality, people say, well, we don't need to do. You do need to change and get updated. And with a lot of things going on, especially with technology, but it builds an excitement, Jared.
Yep.
It makes you more proud.
Have you had a chance to walk down the bike trail in Lancaster where they're building the new school? I mean, just the transformation is unbelievable in a short amount of time. I mean, you used to have, baseball, softball, field hockey field up there, soccer field, and it is all gone. And they're ready to break ground. I mean, they've got the groundwork done.
Sure do.
Ready to start laying some footers, and just unbelievable how quickly that stuff happens.
Yeah, I was just out there the other day, and it's like a bunch of large moles.
Yeah. Thompson keeps it himself. Brought down over on the far side by Stewart. And trotting onto the field for the Berne Union Rockets is Ben Hawkins, a freshman, and the fans get excited for that. Donnie's got our clock rolling at 7:03 to play here in the ball game. If you're just joining us, the clock, there's Donnie.
Settle down, Donnie, settle down.
They've been having some clock issues here on the scoreboard, so it's being run on the field by the official, and so we're teasing Donnie because he's running it as well, and we're going to see how close he is to what the official has. 4th down. Thompson on the keeper. Stewart almost had him in the backfield. Thompson, nice run. Gets up to about the 10, but he's going to be shy of the first down. Good run by Garrett Thompson. But Fisher Catholic will take over on downs. So if we look ahead to next week, Shu, Berne Union currently in Division 6 sits at, where is it?
They were 6th or 7th.
I think they were 7th. I lost my, got so many papers here. There it is. They were 7th coming into tonight. For them, when you play an 0-10 team, you're not going to get points.
You're going to get just the direct.
Right.
Yeah.
So they've got they possibly could drop. Drew Pastor has them dropping to 9th, which would put them one spot out of a home game, and they would be going to what he has as Shenandoah possibly next week. So we'll have to wait and see on that.
Yeah, it's, as far as we look local, I mean, really only at this point Bloom Carroll is going to be home probably.
Yep, Bloom Carroll home. It's looking like Lancaster could get in and maybe have to go to Gahanna.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, when I look at Lancaster, they will, I don't know what the score will be, but one thing I know they will do, they will compete.
Yeah.
They may not have the personnel to match up, but they will compete.
And if it started today, Fairfield Christian would go to Portsmouth Notre Dame to take on Bobby Ashley's Portsmouth Notre Dame team.
Well, Fairfield Christian, we saw them earlier. They have some ability to really score.
Mm-hmm.
They have some really good skill players.
They do.
Loss on the play brings up 3rd down.
Just saw where last week Danny Blair, sophomore, goes over 1,000 yards for the season rushing.
He's a good running back.
He is. They're doing that too. They're going to finish 5-5 after their senior starting quarterback went out in week 1 or 2, I believe it was.
Yeah, he didn't play all year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kiefer on the roll, and it's incomplete, intended for Jack Wright.
Kiefer's pass intended for Wright. Falls
With the running clock, we're going to go ahead and get on to our players of the game. Let's go with our Fisher Catholic player of the game tonight, brought to you by Bay's Food Market. Bay Food Market has been serving Fairfield County for more than 90 years. Located at the corner of Maple and Walnut Streets in Lancaster, Bay Food Market provides the community with the highest quality meats. Stop in and discover the Bay Food Market difference.
Well, Jared, when you look over things, and as difficult as it has been for the Irish tonight.
Booming punt here by Jake Kroner.
He's really been consistent tonight.
Yeah.
But I think when you watch the players on the field and you base it on making plays and the effort and things, I think you have to say Hyde O'Reilly stands out the most.
Yeah.
Or at least did tonight.
So congratulations to Hyde O'Reilly, our Fisher Catholic Bay Food Market player of the game. Tonight's Berne Union player of the game brought to you by the Edwards Insurance Agency, specializing in providing personalized insurance coverage that meets the needs of our individual clients. Contact Todd or Dale Edwards today.
Well, this is really hard for me because I think you got to almost cut it in half.
Sure.
I think there's two guys.
Oh, yeah, I agree. I know exactly who you're going to say.
Yeah, I know you do. and they both impact the game immensely in different ways.
Yeah.
In different ways. Of course, you got, Nate Nemeth had 186 yards in the first half alone. But I tell you, number 50, James Ashton, buddy.
Let's give it to him. I mean, why not? We always
he's
see
blocking.
We always see the skill guys.
We
get
do.
Player of the game,
I know. I know. But I tell you, James Ashton has as big an impact. Nate has a huge impact, believe me.
Yeah.
He's a weapon. And they're both impact. But there's James Ashton. He just had a phenomenal night, I thought, on both ways.
Absolutely.
He's blocking, making the holes for all the backs, and defensively, he just totally manhandled.
And he had a block punt
that
went
did.
through the back of the end zone for a safety.
Yeah.
So congratulations, James Ashton, the Berne Union player of the game, brought to you by Edwards Insurance Agency. Second down and 8 here for Berne Union as Donnie's clock runs down to 2:20. And that one going to be a gain of a couple. I want to also, again, say thanks to Crowd Communications. They jumped on board with us for this Berne Union game. They're a proud sponsor of this broadcast and proud supporter of Berne Union Rockets for more than a decade. Crowd Communications has been harnessing creativity and communication to connect our community. Learn more at crowdcommunications.com. And they say, go Rockets.
And Jared, I also want to give a big thanks to Luke Timmis and Tony Herbst taking their time out of their busy schedule to talk with me for 15, 20 minutes about their teams and their kids and players. And I thoroughly enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I feel that I'm privileged to get that opportunity to speak to the coaches. And they're willing to take the time.
First down run there for Berne Union.
Pickup's good enough for Berne Union. First down.
Donnie's got the clock to 1:12. Let's see how close he is. .104, 103. We'll see what how close he is. First and 10 for Berne Union. They lead at 50-7 over Fisher Catholic. I think he's going to be within 5 seconds of this one. Don't you? I think he's close. Donnie's close to it.
He's in the neighborhood, we should say.
That's impressive. So Berne Union will line up in the victory formation. One more snap, and this one will be in the books. Thompson, waiting. We'll take the snap and kneel on it. And the Berne Union Rockets will raise their record to 7-3 and move into the playoffs next week after this victory over Fisher Catholic and a good season. They will finish most likely second behind Worthington Christian. We don't have a Worthington Christian score tonight, but that's a good football team up at Worthington Christian.
It is.
So congratulations, Coach Tony Herbst and the Rockets. as they will be moving on to week number 11 next week. We will wait and see where they go. Could be an away game, but still an outside shot at a home game as well. So congratulations and good luck to them moving forward. We also want to wish congratulations to Bloom Carroll, who will be moving on. Looks like Lancaster possibly moving on. Fairfield Christian moving on to the playoffs. So we're going to be seeing what's out there, and we'll make our decision where we're going to be going. And we'll try to get as many playoff games and teams covered that we can, but we look forward to it. Playoff time's always fun.
It's an exciting time of the year, that's for sure.
I want to say thanks once again to our Interface Video Productions crew, Bob Campetti, Donnie Ziegfeld, Shane Messina, and they were in the truck tonight. There's Shane. He did a great job. Congratulations, Shane. You did a great job on that clock when the clock was out here at Berne Union, but Shane was on it. Or not Shane, Donnie. Sorry. Donnie was on it. Donnie, yeah. Shane, you did a good job, too, on your job. On cameras tonight, Jason Rouse, Josh Messerly, and Jim Spires. Once again, your final score, Berne Union 50, Fisher Catholic 7 from Van Schoyck Field. For all of our Interface Video Productions crew and Tim Shoemaker, I'm Jared Stewart. Have yourselves a great night, everybody.
IVP Sports presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Football Game of the Week. Brought to you by Buckeye Toyota, Bay Food Market, Fairfield County Adam H., the Savings Bank, Sheridan Funeral Home, Fairfield Federal, Fairfield DD, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, the Edwards Insurance Agency, Dagger Law, the Carriage Company, Personal Touch Party Rentals, North Body Shop, Fairfield Medical Center, and Buckeye Lake Marina. This has been an IVP Sports production.